The cream-colored envelope sat heavy in my hands, $5,000 tucked inside, money I'd saved for nearly a year to give my sister the most extravagant wedding gift possible. What a joke that seems now, as I stand in my mother's pristine living room, trying not to cry while they discuss how to exclude me from the wedding photos. I'm Annabelle, and until 10 minutes ago, I thought I was going to be a bridesmaid in my sister's wedding. Now I'm just the family embarrassment they need to hide. It's really about the aesthetic, Laurel says, examining her manicure instead of looking at me. The dresses we chose, they just won't work with your frame. My mother nods in agreement, perched on her white leather sofa like some kind of fashion editor passing judgment. Darling, we're thinking of your comfort too. Those size 2 dresses from Vera Wang, it would be cruel to make you try to squeeze into one. The word squeeze hits like a slap. I dig my nails into my palms, feeling the envelope crinkle. So what exactly are you suggesting? Well, Laurel brightens, as if she's offering me a gift. You can still attend the ceremony, of course. Just maybe sit with the regular guests. And for the photos, we thought you could help coordinate the other guests during the photo session. My mother interrupts smoothly. Make sure everyone's where they need to be. My youngest sister Holly shifts uncomfortably in her armchair, staring at her phone. She won't meet my eyes. Let me get this straight, I say, my voice surprisingly steady. You want me to be the wedding photographer's assistant instead of being in the actual photos? With my own family? Don't be dramatic, Annabelle, my mother sighs. We're trying to be practical. The photos will be everywhere. Social media, the wedding website, the house. Right, I laugh, but it comes out hollow. Can't have the fat sister ruining the perfect family aesthetic. That's not what we... Laurel starts, but I cut her off. Yes, it is. Just say it. You're embarrassed by how I look. The silence that follows is answer enough. My mother adjusts her pearl necklace, her nervous tell since we were kids. Sweetheart, if you'd just tried harder with the diet plan I sent you... I have to go. I stand up, my legs shaking. Don't be like this, Laurel pleads. It's my special day. I just want everything to be perfect. Perfect. That word has haunted me my entire life. Perfect grades weren't enough. Perfect job wasn't enough. Because I never had the perfect body, the perfect face, the perfect presence they wanted. You know what? I pull out my phone, opening the camera. Smile, everyone. I want to remember this moment. Annabelle, don't... My mother starts. Click. The photo captures them perfectly. Laurel's annoyed eye roll, my mother's practiced mask of concern, Holly's obvious discomfort. Evidence of the moment my family officially decided I wasn't good enough to be seen with them. What are you doing? Laurel demands. Getting receipts, I say, tucking my phone away. Never know when they might come in handy. I look down at the envelope in my hands, the one I'd planned to present proudly at the wedding. All those extra shifts at work, all that overtime, saved up to show them how much I cared, how desperate I was for their approval. Without a word, I tear it open. The crisp hundreds flutter to the floor like confetti. What is that? My mother asks sharply. Your wedding gift, Laurel. $5,000. But you know what? I step over the scattered bills. I just thought of a much better investment. You're being childish, my mother calls after me as I head for the door. This behavior is exactly why... Why what? I spin around. Why you're ashamed of me. Why you've spent my entire life trying to fix me. Here's a crazy thought. Maybe I'm not the one who needs fixing. The door slams behind me with satisfying force. In my car, I finally let the tears fall, but they're not sad tears. They're angry ones, the kind that burn and fuel something deeper. My phone buzzes, a text from my best friend Darius. How'd it go with the family? I take a deep breath and type back. Remember that crazy idea you had about me trying modeling? The one I said I'd never be brave enough to do? His response is immediate. Girl, you know I've been waiting years to hear you say this. Come over. We're making your portfolio tonight. I start the car, my hands steady now. They wanted to make me invisible. But maybe it's time to be seen, really seen, for the first time in my life. And I know exactly how to make sure they won't be able to look away. You're insane, I tell Darius as he scrolls through plus-size modeling agencies on his laptop. This isn't going to work. Shut up and look at these, he says, turning the screen toward me. These women are gorgeous. And guess what? They're all your size or bigger. We're sprawled across his living room floor, surrounded by takeout containers and my phone that won't stop buzzing with messages from my family. I've ignored them all. Look at her. Darius points to a stunning woman in a swimsuit ad. She's making 6 figures a year. And this one? She just landed a contract with Target. That's different. They're confident, beautiful. And you're not. He closes the laptop and fixes me with that look, the one that means he's about to serve some hard truth. Tell me something. What's your first memory of feeling bad about your body? The question hits like a punch to the gut. I was 8, I say quietly. Mum took us shopping for Easter dresses. Laurel and Holly got to shop in the kids' section. I had to shop in the women's department. Mum kept saying, "If you'd just put down the cookies." At 8 years old, Darius repeats, his voice hard. They were body-shaming you at 8 years old. My phone buzzes again. It's Holly. Mum's really upset. Please call her. I switch the phone off completely. You know what the worst part is? I grab another spring roll. I actually believed I was doing them a favor. Staying out of photos, wearing black to family events, standing in the back of group shots, like I owed them an apology for existing. Well, that ends today. Darius opens his laptop again. Because I just booked you a test shoot. You what? Tomorrow, 2 p.m, with Malachi Ross. I nearly choke on my spring roll. The lingerie photographer? Are you crazy? He's branching into plus-size fashion, and he needs portfolio shots. No pressure, no contracts, just test shots to see if you like it. Darius grins, unless you're scared. I'm terrified, I admit. But maybe that's good? It's perfect. He starts typing. Now let's look at some poses you can practice. The next morning, I stand in front of my mirror, trying to channel confidence I don't feel. My phone has 17 missed calls, mostly from my mother and Laurel. One text catches my eye, from 6 years ago. I'd saved it as a reminder. Honey, maybe you should skip the beach trip with your friends. Those kinds of photos aren't flattering for someone of your size. Love, Mom. I'd stayed home that weekend, deleted my Instagram, bought more black clothes. Never again. The studio is industrial chic, all exposed brick and huge windows. Malachi Ross looks nothing like I expected. Less fashion snob, more friendly artist, with paint-splattered jeans and kind eyes. Annabelle, he shakes my hand warmly. Darius told me your story. Ready to make some magic? I don't know how to pose, I stammer. Perfect. He grabs his camera. Means you don't have any bad habits to unlearn. Just be yourself. The first few shots are awkward. I'm stiff, self-conscious, watching the makeup artist touch up my face between shots. Tell me something that makes you angry, Malachi says suddenly. What? Anger. Real emotion. Give me that. Before I can stop myself, I blurt out, my sister's getting married in 3 months, and they don't want me in the photos because I'm too fat. Click. 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 Good. How does that make you feel? Furious. The word comes out like fire. I've spent my whole life trying to be smaller, to take up less space, to apologize for existing. Click. Click. And now? I straighten up, feeling something shift inside me. Now I want to take up all the damn space I can. Yes! Malachi lowers his camera, grinning. That's it. That's the energy. Hold on to that. The rest of the shoot flows like magic. Every snap of the camera feels like breaking another chain. Every pose is a middle finger to every person who ever made me feel less than. After, Malachi shows me the shots on his computer. I barely recognize myself. Holy shit, I whisper. Right? He zooms in on one photo, me laughing, curves unapologetic, eyes fierce. This is gold! Mind if I send these to a few people? Who? Some brands I work with, including Lucy at Accept Lingerie. She's been looking for new faces. My heart stops. Accept is the biggest body-positive brand in the country. Their billboards are everywhere. Billboards. An idea starts forming. Something deliciously perfect. Something that would ensure my family couldn't look away even if they tried. Send them wherever you want, I tell him. I'm done being invisible. Take off your robe whenever you're ready, Malachi calls from behind his camera. Remember, you're in control here. I'm standing in a professional studio, wearing nothing but black lace lingerie and a silk robe. It's been 2 weeks since my test shoot, and Accept Lingerie moved faster than anyone expected. Now I'm here for my first real lingerie shoot, trying not to hyperventilate. You've got this, Lucy, Accept's CEO, says from her position near the monitors. She's exactly what you'd expect from a body positivity icon. Confident, sharp, and radiating authenticity. Just think about why you're doing this. Right. Why I'm doing this. I close my eyes and picture my mother's living room. The way Laurel couldn't even look at me while suggesting I hide during her wedding photos. The countless family pictures where I was positioned in the back, or worse, asked to take the photo instead of being in it. The robe hits the floor. Beautiful, Malachi says softly. Now tell me what you're thinking. I'm thinking about every time they made me feel ugly. The words come out stronger than I expect. Every time they told me to cover up, or stand in the back, or skip the beach trip, or... Click, click, click. Keep going. I'm thinking about my sister's wedding. How they're so worried about their precious aesthetic that they'd rather pretend I don't exist. Show me that anger, Malachi encourages, but make it powerful, not bitter. I shift my pose, remembering the confidence exercises Lucy taught me yesterday. Shoulders back, head high, own the space. They wanted me invisible, I say, looking directly into the camera. So I'm going to be everywhere. Yes! Lucy claps from the sidelines. That's the money shot right there! The next hour flows like a dream. Every click of the camera feels like reclaiming a piece of myself. Malachi keeps talking, drawing out more emotion, more truth. You've never done this before? He asks during a break, showing me some of the shots. Never. I stare at the photos in amazement. I've never even worn lingerie before. Mom always said girls like me should stick to practical underwear. Girls like you? Lucy raises an eyebrow. Fat girls, I say bluntly. Sorry, plus size. Don't apologize for the word fat, Lucy says. It's a descriptor, not an insult. They made it an insult to control us. Take it back. The afternoon continues, outfit after outfit. Black lace gives way to deep red silk, then emerald satin. With each change, I feel more comfortable in my skin. Last set, Malachi announces. The white bridal collection. I freeze. Bridal? Too soon? He asks gently. No. I square my shoulders. It's perfect. The white lingerie is stunning. Delicate lace and pearl details that would make any bride feel beautiful. As I pose, I think about Laurel in her size 2 Vera Wang dress, and something shifts inside me. You know what? I say to Malachi between shots. I actually feel sorry for them. Why's that? Because they're so trapped by what they think beauty should look like. They're missing out on so much joy trying to maintain this perfect image. Click, click, click. That's it, he says softly. That's the shot we've been waiting for. Later, looking at the final photos, I barely recognize myself. Not because of how I look, but because of how I feel looking at them. There's no shame, no apology in my eyes, just strength. We need to talk about the campaign rollout, Lucy says, pulling up a chair. These are going to be everywhere. Magazines, social media, billboards. Billboards. My heart races. Where exactly? We're thinking major cities, high traffic areas. Why? I pull out my phone and open the wedding invitation I'd been avoiding looking at. St. Margaret's Cathedral, downtown, right on Main Street. How much would it cost to get a specific billboard location? Lucy studies my face. You're thinking something deliciously petty, aren't you? The pettiest, she grins. Tell me more. I show her the church location on Google Maps. There's a massive billboard directly across the street, currently advertising luxury watches. The wedding's in 8 weeks, I say. Is that enough time? Lucy's smile turns wicked. Oh, honey, for this level of poetic justice, I'll make it happen in 6. Malachi looks between us, then at the bridal shots on his screen. You're going to put these up across from her wedding venue, aren't you? Not just any shots, I say, pointing to one specific photo, me in white lace, looking directly at the camera with years of pent-up defiance. This one, the bride collection. Let's see them try to keep me out of the wedding photos when I'm 50 feet tall across the street. You know this will burn bridges, Lucy warns. I think about that torn-up envelope of cash, about years of subtle cruelty masked as concern, about a lifetime of being told to make myself smaller. Some bridges need to burn, I say, and I'm done hiding in the shadows. My phone lights up with another group text from my family. They've been planning Laurel's bridal shower, acting like nothing happened, like they didn't just cut me out of the wedding party. I've been ignoring their messages for weeks, but this one catches my eye. Mom, has anyone heard from Annabelle? She hasn't RSVP'd for the shower. Laurel, probably too busy feeling sorry for herself. Holly, maybe someone should check on her. Mom, I tried calling. She's being childish about the whole thing. Laurel, she's just jealous because she can't handle not being the center of attention for once. I screenshot the conversation, adding it to my growing collection of evidence. Darius calls it my revenge receipts. My phone buzzes again. This time it's Lucy. Billboard contract signed. Installation date confirmed. 6 a.m. on wedding day. You ready for this? Before I can respond, another family message pops up. Mum, I'm worried about her. This isn't healthy behavior. Maybe we should suggest therapy. Laurel, she's probably just depressed about her weight again. Remember when she tried that crash diet last year? Holly, guys, she might see these messages. Mom, don't be silly, she left the group chat weeks ago. Except I didn't. I've been silently watching their true colors bleed through every message. I text Lucy back. More ready than ever. The doorbell rings. It's my mother, holding a gift bag with tissue paper spilling out the top. I consider not answering, but curiosity wins. Darling, she breezes past me into my apartment. We've been so worried. You've been avoiding everyone's calls. I've been busy, I say, which isn't a lie. Between modeling shoots and campaign meetings, my schedule's been packed. Too busy for your sister's bridal shower. She sets the bag down. I brought you something, a peace offering. Inside the bag is a dress, black, shapeless, clearly designed to hide every curve. My mother beams like she's done me a favor. Size 16, she says proudly. The saleswoman assured me it's very slimming. Mom, I'm a size 14. Oh. Her smile falters. Well, better too big than too small, right? You can always have it taken in if you lose. I'm not going to the shower. Don't be ridiculous. Of course you are. Family supports family. I laugh. Since when? Annabelle. She sighs, that familiar, disappointed sigh. I know you're hurt about the wedding photos, but we were trying to be kind. Sometimes love means protecting people from embarrassment. Protecting who, exactly? She doesn't answer. Instead, she walks around my apartment, picking things up and putting them down with slight grimaces. She pauses at a framed photo on my bookshelf, me and Darius at his birthday party last month. I'm wearing a red dress that shows every curve. You posted this on Facebook, she says quietly. Aunt Margaret called me about it. Was she clutching her pearls when she did? This isn't you, Annabelle. These attention-seeking outfits. This rebellious attitude. What happened to my sweet, sensible girl? She grew up. Realized she deserved better than being your family's dirty secret. Mom's face hardens. We have never treated you like a secret. We've only ever wanted what's best for you. Do you think I enjoy seeing my daughter throw herself at cameras, flaunting her condition? My condition? I step closer. You mean my body? The one you've been trying to shame into submission since I was 8 years old? I won't have this conversation if you're going to be dramatic. She grabs her purse. The shower is next Saturday at noon. Wear the dress I brought. Show everyone you can be mature about this. After she leaves, I text the family group chat. Can't make the shower. Have a work commitment that day. Send Laurel my love. Within seconds, my phone explodes. Laurel. Work? Since when do you work weekends? Mom. After I just brought you a new dress? This is completely unacceptable. Holly. What kind of work thing? I smile, thinking about the photo shoot scheduled for that exact time. My first major magazine cover. Instead of responding, I open Instagram and post the photo my mother was so offended by. Me in the red dress, laughing, comfortable in my skin. The caption reads, "Big things coming soon. Watch this space." Darius comments immediately, "Girl, they have no idea what's about to hit them." My phone buzzes one more time. A private message from Holly. I saw the modeling photos Malachi posted on his portfolio. You look beautiful. Really beautiful. I wish I was brave enough to stand up to them like you're doing. I stare at her message for a long time before responding. It's not too late to be brave, Holly. The view's pretty amazing from the other side of fear. Then I block my mother's number, delete the family group chat, and start planning my outfit for the magazine shoot. Something red, I think. Something impossible to ignore. You're really not coming to the wedding? Holly asks, curled up on her couch with a glass of wine. It's 3 days before the big day, and I've finally agreed to meet her at her apartment. Would you, if you were me? She takes a long sip. No, but I'm not as strong as you. Strong? I laugh. Holly, I'm about to get revenge via billboard. That's not strength, that's nuclear-level pettiness. At least you're doing something. She sets down her glass. I just exist. Following Mom's rules, wearing Mom's approved outfits, dating Mom's approved men. I study my younger sister, always the quiet one, the peacekeeper, the one who never rocked the boat. You know you don't have to live like that, right? Easy for you to say. You're successful, independent. I saw your magazine cover yesterday at the grocery store. And Mom? She turned it face down, then bought every copy so no one else would see it. I burst out laughing. She what? Spent like $200 on magazines just to hide them. Laurel was furious, said you were trying to steal attention from her wedding week. Of course she did. I pull out my phone. Want to see what's really going to make her furious? Holly's eyes widen as I show her the billboard mock-up. Oh my God, is that across from the church? Yup. In bridal lingerie? The very same collection Laurel rejected for her own wedding night because, and I quote, They don't make sexy things in that size. Holly covers her mouth, but I catch the smile. They're going to lose their minds. That's the plan. Can I ask you something? She leans forward. Are you doing this for revenge, or for yourself? The question catches me off guard. Both, I think. Maybe it started as revenge, but now... I gesture to my phone, open to my growing social media following. I'm getting messages from women every day. Women who've been made to feel invisible by their own families. Who are finding their voice because I found mine. Like me? Our eyes meet. There's something different in Holly's expression. A spark I've never seen before. You know what Mum said to me yesterday? Holly continues. She said thank God at least one of her daughters turned out right. Can you believe that? Like you're some kind of failure because you don't hate yourself anymore. And how did that make you feel? Angry! Holly stands up suddenly, pacing. So angry! Because you're not the failure. They are. They failed you. They're failing me. Did you know Mum's already talking about finding me a reputable personal trainer? Says I've gotten soft since college. I watch my baby sister's hands shake as she pours more wine. Holly, I have an eating disorder, she blurts out. Have. I don't know, since high school. Mom called it portion control, but it wasn't. It was killing me. The room goes silent, except for Holly's ragged breathing. Why didn't you tell me? I ask softly. Because you were the strong one, the one who didn't care what they thought. I didn't want you to know I was weak. Come here. I pull her into a hug. That's not weakness. Surviving them? That's strength. She pulls back, wiping her eyes. I don't want to be in the wedding photos either. What? I don't want to stand there pretending we're this perfect family. Not after everything they've done to you, to us. Holly, no. This is my fight. Is it? She grabs her phone, opens Instagram. Maybe I want to be seen too. Before I can stop her, she's typing. I watch in shock as she posts a photo of us together, right now, wine glasses raised. Her caption makes my heart stop. To my sister, my hero. Can't wait to see you shine on Saturday. Sometimes the best view isn't from inside the church. Holly! I grab her phone. Mum's going to... Let her. Holly's voice is steady. I'm done being the good daughter. Done watching them hurt you. Done hurting myself to make them happy. My phone buzzes. Laurel calling. Then Mom. Then unknown numbers as Holly's post starts circulating through family circles. They're going to cut you out too, I warn. Good. Holly raises her glass. I'd rather stand with you anyway, even if it's across the street. I hug my sister again, feeling something heal between us. You know what this means, right? What? You're going to need something amazing to wear on Saturday, something Mom would hate. Holly grins. Got anything in red? It's up. Darius texts at 6:15 a.m. Get down here, now. I'm already awake, have been since 4, watching the billboard installation crew from my car parked a block away from the church. Holly's beside me, both of us clutching enormous coffees, wearing matching red dresses that would give our mother an aneurysm. Ready? I ask her. Born ready. We walk toward the church, just as the morning sun hits the billboard perfectly. My breath catches. Seeing yourself 50 feet tall is surreal enough, but this is something else. The photo Lucy chose is stunning. Me in white lace, looking directly at the camera with years of defiance in my eyes. The tagline reads, "Everybody deserves to be celebrated." Holy shit, Holly whispers. You look incredible. A car screeches to a halt in the middle of the street. It's Laurel, still in her pre-wedding salon robe, face mask half peeled off. What the hell? She screams, jumping out. What is this? This? I gesture up. This is what being seen looks like. Take it down. She storms over, heels clicking. Take it down right now. Can't. Contract's ironclad. It stays up for 6 weeks. 6? She chokes. My wedding photos, the church steps photos. Everyone will see. You'll ruin everything. Like you tried to ruin me. I step closer. For years? You're being dramatic. We were trying to help. By erasing me? By making me feel worthless? Another car pulls up. My mother's Mercedes. She steps out slowly, staring up at the billboard with her hand over her heart, like she's about to faint. What have you done? She whispers. Created a masterpiece, Darius calls out, approaching with his phone recording. Which has, by the way, already gone viral. Billboard bride is trending. Mom's face goes from pale to red. You planned this. You vindictive, attention-seeking, successful model? I interrupt. Face of a national campaign? Woman who finally stopped letting you dictate her worth? Holly, Mom snaps, finally noticing her youngest daughter. Get in the car. We need to get to the church. No. Holly steps closer to me. Excuse me? I said no. I'm standing with Annabelle. Cars are slowing down now, people taking photos. The first wedding guests are arriving, pointing and whispering. Laurel looks like she's about to explode. You've ruined my wedding, she shrieks. My perfect day. Perfect? Holly laughs. Like how you perfectly excluded your own sister? Like how you perfectly made her feel worthless her entire life? Holly, Mum gasps. That's enough. No, it's not enough. Holly's voice rises. I've watched you torture her for years. Torture me. All for your precious image. Well, how's this for an image, Mom? She grabs my hand and poses, taking a selfie with the billboard behind us. Posts it immediately with the caption, Sorry, not sorry. Billboard bride. Real beauty. Laurel's makeup artist runs out of the church, phone in hand. Laurel, you're trending. Everyone's talking about the billboard bride across from your venue. This can't be happening, Laurel moans. Oh, but it is. I smile sweetly. And the best part? You did this to yourself. All you had to do was treat me like a human being, like family. Instead, you made me invisible, so I made myself impossible to ignore. Mom steps forward, voice low and dangerous. If you ever want to be part of this family again, save it, I cut her off. I don't negotiate with emotional terrorists anymore. More guests are arriving. Phones are out everywhere. The wedding photographer looks like Christmas came early, snapping shots of the scene. Laurel! Neil, her fiancé, comes running out. What's going on? Why is everyone... He stops, sees the billboard. Whoa! Annabelle? That's actually really amazing. Neil! Laurel shrieks. Don't compliment her. But it's too late. The damage is done. Guests are gathering, pointing, taking photos. The whispers are getting louder. Someone mentions body shaming. Someone else mentions family drama. My phone buzzes. Lucy texting. You're everywhere. News outlets picking up the story. Want to do an interview? You've always wanted attention, Mom spits. Well, congratulations. You've got it. No, Mom. I take Holly's hand. I never wanted attention. I wanted respect, acceptance, love. You couldn't give me that, so I gave it to myself. And now? I gesture to the growing crowd, the phones, the billboard gleaming in the morning sun. Now, everyone can see exactly what you tried to hide. The bride's sister, someone whispers loudly. They wouldn't let her be in the wedding because of her size. Laurel bursts into tears, running back to her car. Mum follows, calling for Holly, who doesn't move. Ready for breakfast? I ask my sister. I know a great place with a perfect view of the church. Holly grins. Lead the way, billboard bride. We walk away together, leaving chaos in our wake. matching red dresses bright against the morning sky. "Read it!" Darius demands, shoving his tablet across our breakfast table. We're sitting at the cafe across from the church, watching the wedding chaos unfold through the window. The headline reads, "Billboard Bride, How One Woman's Revenge Against Body-Shaming Family Sparked a Movement." "You're trending on every platform," he continues, scrolling through his phone. "The video of your confrontation with your mom has 2 million views already." Lucy's phone is exploding with interview requests. Holly leans over to read the comments. "My family did the same thing to me at my sister's wedding. This is the revenge story we needed. Billboard Bride is my hero." My phone hasn't stopped buzzing since we sat down. Texts from distant relatives, old friends, strangers. But one message stands out. From Neil's cousin Amanda. "Just watched your sister have a meltdown because the priest mentioned your billboard was a sign from God about judgment. This is the best wedding I've ever attended." "They're starting the ceremony," Holly notes, watching guests file into the church. "Should we feel bad?" Before I can answer, Lucy calls. "Tell me you're free tomorrow," she says without greeting. "Good Morning America wants you live in studio." Then Ellen's people called. "And The View. This is bigger than we imagined." "How big?" "Accept's website crashed from traffic. We've sold out of every size 14 and up in the bridal collection. People are calling you the body-positive bride." I watch another wedding guest stop to take a selfie with my billboard. "What about Laurel's lawyers?" "Let them try," Lucy scoffs. "The publicity would only make this bigger. Besides, we have documentation of everything. The texts, the exclusion, their body shaming. They'd be crucified in the media." My phone pings. A news alert. Someone's leaked the group chat screenshots where my family discussed excluding me. The comments are brutal. What kind of mother treats her child like this? Bride of the year? More like Bridezilla of the century. Anyone else hoping the groom runs? Holly shows me her phone. Mum's trying to damage control on Facebook. Deeply saddened by my daughter's attention-seeking behavior on what should be a joyous family occasion. Some people will do anything for fame. The comments beneath are not what she expected. Maybe try apologizing to your daughter instead of shaming her more. My mother was just like you. Haven't spoken to her in 10 years. Congratulations. You just made your daughter a body positivity icon. Incoming, Darius warns, nodding toward the door. Neil's mother, Barbara, bursts into the cafe, looking frazzled. "Thank God I found you," she says, sliding into our booth. "It's a disaster in there. Laurel's refusing to walk down the aisle until they move the ceremony to a different church. Your mother's having vapors in the bride's room. And half the guests are outside taking photos with your billboard instead of finding their seats." "Not my problem," I shrug. "Actually," Barbara leans forward, "I think you're exactly what this family needed. Been wanting to say something about their treatment of you for years. Never had the courage." My phone buzzes again. Malachi this time. "Just got off the phone with Vogue. They want to do a feature. The Revolution of the Billboard Bride. You in?" Holly reads the message over my shoulder and squeals. "Holy shit, Vogue!" Barbara stands up. "I should get back. Neil's asking about you both, by the way. Says the bride's side is looking pretty empty without his future sisters-in-law." "Former sisters-in-law," I correct her. "We'll see." She smiles mysteriously. "Neil's always been more sensible than your sister. Speaking of which..." She pulls out her phone, poses for a selfie with my billboard in the background. This is going straight to my Christmas card list. After she leaves, Darius starts laughing. "Your mom's going to lose it when she sees her in-law posted that." Speaking of posting, Holly pulls up Instagram. "Want to make one final statement?" I think for a moment, then start typing. "To everyone asking about Shaka Billboard Bride. Yes, my family tried to hide me from their perfect wedding photos. so I made sure they'd never forget what they were ashamed of. But this isn't just about revenge anymore. It's about every person who's been told to make themselves smaller, to hide, to be ashamed. We deserve to be seen, all of us. And I'm just getting started. Add this, Holly says, snapping a photo of us in our red dresses, coffee cups raised to the billboard across the street. In the background, wedding guests are still taking photos, the church doors wide open, chaos visible inside. I post it all, adding one final line. To my sister the bride. I may not be in your wedding photos, but I guarantee no one will ever look at them without thinking of me. Within seconds, the likes start pouring in. Comments flood. Shares explode. Well, Darius grins, raising his coffee cup. I think it's safe to say you're not invisible anymore. Through the window, we watch as more guests abandon the church entrance to take photos with the billboard. Someone started a hashtag, @TeamBillboardBride. To being seen, Holly toasts. To being unforgettable, I reply. Ready? Lucy squeezes my hand backstage at the Accept fashion show. I'm about to close the show in their new bridal collection, the one that sold out within hours of my billboard debut. Born ready, I say, but my hands are shaking. My phone buzzes. A text from Neil. Laurels hate watching your live stream. Thought you should know. Another buzz. Holly. Front row. Mum's going to flip when she sees the surprise finale. The wedding feels like a lifetime ago, though it's only been weeks. The photos eventually came out. Stiff, forced smiles. Half the guests missing from the ceremony shots because they were outside with my billboard. The marriage lasted exactly 6 days before Neil filed for annulment, citing irreconcilable differences after Laurel tried to sue me. 5 minutes, the stage manager calls. Malachi appears, camera ready. The Vogue team's in position. You know what to do. I check my reflection one last time. The wedding gown I'm wearing isn't white. It's a deep, powerful red. The same shade I wore to crash my sister's wedding. The same color that's become my signature. They're ready for the announcement, Lucy says, heading toward the stage. I peek through the curtain. The audience is packed. Fashion editors, influencers, celebrities. Holly's in the front row with Darius, both wearing red. Barbara's there too, Neil beside her. Even some of my extended family showed up, the ones who chose sides after the billboard went viral. Lucy takes the microphone. Today marks a new chapter for Accept. We're launching not just a collection, but a movement. The Billboard Bride showed us that everybody deserves to be celebrated. That's why we're proud to announce our new foundation, the Visibility Project. The crowd applauds. My cue is coming. This foundation, Lucy continues, will provide support for individuals affected by family body shaming and appearance-based discrimination, and leading our initiative. The curtain rises, the lights hit me, the crowd gasps. Please welcome our new body positivity director, Annabelle. I walk the runway like I own it, because I do. Every step is for the 8-year-old girl forced to shop in the women's section. Every turn is for the teenager who wasn't allowed in family photos. Every pose is for the woman who finally learned to take up space. Halfway down the runway, I stop, pull out a remote, click. The screens behind me light up with images. The billboard, the wedding chaos, the viral moments. But then, new photos, hundreds of them. Women of all sizes in wedding dresses, posed in front of my billboard. The hashtag, Billboard Bride Tribe, floods the screens. These are your stories, I say into the microphone they've handed me. Every person who was told they weren't good enough. Every body that was asked to hide. This is for you. The crowd erupts. Holly's crying. Darius is filming everything. And for those wondering about my family, I lock eyes with Neil, who nods encouragingly. My mother sent me a text this morning. Want to hear it? The audience leans forward. I pull out my phone. Saw your Vogue cover. You look happy. I'm sorry it took a billboard for me to see you. Really see you. Mom. I haven't responded yet, I tell the crowd. Because sometimes sorry isn't enough. Sometimes you have to rebuild from the ground up. Sometimes the family you choose is stronger than the family you're born into. I gesture to Holly, to Darius, to Lucy, and Malachi. These people saw me when others wanted me invisible. They taught me that taking up space isn't just okay, it's necessary. The music swells. I resume my walk, but instead of turning at the end of the runway, I step down, walk to Holly, take her hand. Come on, I whisper. Your turn to be seen. She hesitates only a second before joining me. We walk the runway together, two sisters who chose each other over toxicity. The crowd goes wild. My phone buzzes again. Laurel, I hate that you're happy. I hate that you're successful. I hate that you ruined my wedding. But most of all, I hate that you were right. I show Holly the text. She grins. Want to know what true happiness looks like? She grabs my hand, poses us at the end of the runway. The cameras flash. The crowd cheers. And in that moment, I'm not the billboard bride or the body positivity director or the girl who crashed her sister's wedding. I'm just Annabelle. Finally, completely, unapologetically seen. Ready for the finale? Lucy calls from backstage. I look at Holly, at our matching red dresses, at the army of diverse models lining up behind us in every shade of red imaginable. Let's show them what taking up space really looks like, I say. The music builds, the lights brighten, and we own every single inch of that runway, not despite who we are, but because of it. Some bridges need to burn for new ones to rise from the ashes, and sometimes the view from the other side is better than anything you could have imagined.